on SABC Sport. In today's show, all the drama from the French Open quarter-finals, updates ahead of the international football clashes, the latest from the football transfer market, England set for a new era ahead of the New Zealand Test Series, and former World No. 1 Dustin Johnson joins the Saudi-backed LIV Golf Invitational Series. Talks of an end to Rafael Nadal's reign proved premature once again as the King of Clay stayed on course for a record-extending men's 22nd Grand Slam title by beating arch-rival Novak Djokovic 6-2, 4-6, 6-2, 7-6 in a vintage French Open quarter-final clash on Tuesday. The 13-time Roland Garros champion, beaten by the World No. 1 in the semi-finals last year, arrived in Paris on the back of 2 injuries that had hampered his preparations. Having already survived a 5-set thriller against Felix Auger-Aliassime in the previous round, the Spaniard, who has only lost 3 times at the French Open since his first campaign in 2005, knows every inch of the immense court. Philippe Chatrier and Djokovic paid the reminder for that. Well, the Serbian is still stuck on 20 Grand Slam titles after being barred from taking part in the Australian Open by local authorities over his refusal to get vaccinated against COVID-19, a major that Nadal won. Nadal threw the punches and had the defending champion Djokovic on the ropes in a high-octane start under the spotlights. Djokovic fought back in an 88-minute second set, but the 35-year-old Nadal, backed by the partisan crowd, found the resources to end it in 4 sets despite being a breakdown in the 4th, and sets up a meeting with the German 3rd seed Alexander Zverev for a place in Sunday's final.
Well, good night. Well, the crowd have been amazing since the beginning of the tournament. I don't know. I think probably they know that I'm not gonna be here for a lot of more times. So yeah, I mean. The feeling about playing in the most important place and the most special place personally in my tennis career and feel the support of all the crowd is just something very difficult to describe now. So just can't thank enough everyone here in Paris for making me feel that way. Have been one of these unforgettable nights. So thank you very much, everyone.
Meanwhile, German 3rd seed Alexander Zverev capitalized on an error-full performance from Carlos Alcaraz to tame the high-flying teenage Spaniard 6-4, 6-4, 4-6, 7-6 and reached a 2nd straight semi-final at the French Open. This was the first time the 25-year-old Zverev defeated a top 10 opponent at a Grand Slam in 12 attempts, and his victory came against a player who came into the contest having won 14 consecutive matches. Zverev, who lost to Stefanos Tsitsipas in the 2021 semi-final, had a 2-1 head-to-head lead against Alcaraz, but his opponent had won their most recent meeting, the only one on clay, this month in the final of the ATP Masters in Madrid. Alcaraz made 56 unforced errors as Zverev saved a set point in the 4th set tiebreak before converting his 2nd match point with a superb backhand service return to set up a meeting against the 13-time French Open champion, Rafael Nadal.
6-4, 4-6, 7-6.
I won. I'm in the semis. Yeah, I mean, look, I think Carlos is, as I said, one of the best players in the world right now, and it seems quite impossible to beat him. But I knew that I had to play at my absolute best from the first point on. And I think, you know, letting him go ahead in the match, letting him get the confidence was going to be a very difficult thing for me to come back from. And in the end, I'm happy that I won in 4 sets and didn't have to go to the 5th set. Yeah, when I got my chance in the tiebreak, I'm happy that I used it. Obviously not from the first try, but in the end I got there and I had to win the match myself, which I'm happy about that I did. He's one of the best players in the world right now, and beating him at Roland Garros at Grand Slam is very important for me. But next I have the world number one or a 13-time champion here. So it's not really getting easier from here.
In the women's draw, American teenager Coco Gauff powered past compatriot Sloane Stephens 7-5, 6-2 on Tuesday to book a French Open semi-final spot in her biggest victory at a Grand Slam. The 18-year-old, the youngest player left in the draw, was hit by a brief spell of nerves late in the game, will next play Italy's Martina Trevisan for a place in Saturday's final.
Corgi Golf.
I mean, I think it's just another match, to be honest. You know, I don't know. I feel like last year I was looking at the finish line, and now I'm not looking at anything really except the ball in front of me. So I think, to be honest, going into the next match, I'm just going to approach it the same. You know, I mean, I care about the results, yes, but also at the same time, I don't. Like, I'm just going to, if I gave it my all, I'm not going to be upset.
Gauff's semi-final opponents, the unseeded Italian Martina Trevisan, maintained her impressive form with a 6-2, 6-7, 6-3 defeat of Canadian teenager Leylah Fernandez. Trevisan had all the answers as she dominated most of the match against a below-par Fernandez, who struggled to repeat the form that took her to last year's US Open final. The world number 59 could reach her first ever Grand Slam final.
About the name, I don't know. My mom gave me that name, and for sure it's for Navratilova. And I'm not feeling pressure for the name. I mean, I like also. And yeah, I'm playing very well. I have a lot of matches. I played a lot of matches, and I think I'm playing my best of tennis, but I think could be better. And yeah, I'm very looking forward to what there is in the future.
The S3 launch in Johannesburg. The reason that we're doing this is to reach out and to have communication with people, with our producers, with our brands, with the markets, to come on board with S3 and begin to support the channel.
S3 is fearless by nature, and to us that means having conversations that South Africans need to have, conversations that are needed to move our country forward. And that's what we're about. It's great content, great audiences. S3, we're opening up.
The estate, we are so excited. We're in the writer's room and we're working on season 3. There are love stories. There's a new family that we're going to introduce. You will have to tune in to see.
What the channel represents today is a reflection of myself, my own growing consciousness, my own awareness around what's around me.
It's definitely a game changer for the local broadcasters.
S3 Open Up is paying homage to the people who are out there conscientizing people about what's going on, socio-economic issues in the country. So I'm excited about that content.
Being content and enveloped in contentment, that is S3 for me.
When it comes to S3's new tagline, Fearless by Nature, is it's quite provocative. It actually forces South Africans to take on the responsibility to be bold, be brave, be creative, live outside of your comfort zone, and be fearless.
Hi, my name is Numi Solindi, aka The Rooster, and we are all in with the laughs, punchlines, you just name it, on SABC 2.
Sandy for sure.
50/50 is back on air soon, and Felt Focus is officially open for entries. Send us your nature or wildlife videos and pictures and stand in line to win 75,000 Rand. Whether taken on a wildlife adventure or in your own backyard, your great shots could bag you the cash. Email your entries to info@5050.co.za or visit the 50/50 community Facebook page.
Ghana will play Madagascar in the opening Africa Cup of Nations 2023 qualifying Group E match in Ghana's Cape Coast on Wednesday night. Captain Andre Ayew, who missed the World Cup playoffs against Nigeria, has returned to the squad after serving a 2-game suspension. Ghana will face the Central African Republic in their second group match 4 days later. The Black Stars are the favourites against Madagascar, but they are not underestimating their opponents.
It's another task again. We have been qualifying for the last editions of the AFCON, and the only thing we can expect is at the end of the sixth game that Ghana will be qualified. We need to start by tomorrow. We'll give everything that we have to get the 3 points. But we know it's going to be a very difficult game. There are no teams that we can underrate anymore, especially in our continent. So we need to prepare and not believe that it's just going to happen. It's going to be tough. And whatever it takes, we'll give everything to try and get the victory as soon as possible.
It's difficult to predict the result. We will do our best, and I hope that if we do our best, it will be enough to win. But if you look at their recent games, it's not long time ago. I think they even beat Nigeria. So I think from this you can see what we have to expect. Anything is can be possible in football, and we are the favorites. But it's like I said, it's a different game. We have to break them.
Argentina will look to extend a 31-match unbeaten run on Wednesday in a showdown at London's Wembley with European champions Italy. The South American champions have largely played against local opposition during their streak and are keen to test their mettle against a European team. Manager Lionel Scaloni and star forward Lionel Messi will be looking to capitalize on their recent misfortunes of Italy, who failed to qualify for the 2022 World Cup less than a year after their Euro 2020 glory. Prior to that, Italy's own world record of 37 matches unbeaten came to an end in October last year when Spain beat Roberto Mancini's side in the Nations League semi-finals. The Wembley game, entitled the Finalissima, was agreed in September shortly after UEFA and South America's CONMEBOL strongly opposed FIFA's plans for a biennial World Cup. Italy returned to the stadium where they won their 2020 Euro Cup title.
Un grande piacere essere qui, è un grande piacere normalmente essere qua perché Wembley è uno stadio fantastico, ma soprattutto per noi che neanche 12 mesi fa eravamo qua a festeggiare un titolo di campione d'Europa, quindi c'è anche un po' di emozione credo in questo ricordando quei momenti.
Meanwhile, England trained ahead of their opening Group A3 match against Hungary in the UEFA Nations League. Gareth Southgate's squad travelled to Budapest on Saturday as they play 4 matches between the 4th and 14th of June. The trip to Germany follows the weekend's match at the Puskas Arena before welcoming Italy for the first meeting between the countries following their triumph over England at the Euro 2020 final and Hungary to the Molineux Stadium. The clash against the Azzurri will be a grudge match for the English, having been defeated by the champions at the Euro 2020 finals in a penalty shootout.
You know, they won the Euros and it hurt us a lot, but we've got 4 competitive games coming up and Italy's one of them, so definitely to get a result against them would be nice. And for us, I think it's playing them competitive matches for the bigger tournaments as the World Cup's coming ahead of us. You're playing against top nations in European football, so I think it just gives you that extra competition to help you progress. I know it's only a new competition, but you're playing against the best teams and they're better than playing in friendly matches. You know, going to
Munich's arena in a full stadium. So stuff like that is very competitive matches, which we want to really achieve in. It's about us having self-belief, and as a nation we've come so far. So we've had that disappointment into the World Cup, then the Euros final. So I think that disappointment thrives us to go and win it.
Robert Lewandowski trained with Poland amid speculation of his future with Bayern Munich. The Poland striker, who has been linked with a move to Barcelona, said at a news conference ahead of his national team's training camp this week that a transfer would be the best outcome for all sides. Lewandowski, whose contract with the Bavarian club runs for another season, said that the relationship with the Bayern side had soured in recent months and that his story at the club is over. His comments over what took place in the recent months may have referred to contrasting claims about a contract extension offer from Bayern. The club said Lewandowski rejected its offer, while his agent, Penny Savai, said no offer was ever made. Tottenham Hotspur confirmed that they've signed Croatia international Ivan Perisic on a free transfer. The 33-year-old Perisic will join the North London club on a 2-year deal after his contract at Inter Milan expires at the end of June. Perisic previously worked with Tottenham manager Antonio Conte at Inter, winning the 2020-21 Serie A title together, and turned down a new contract with the Italian club. Perisic won league titles in Germany with Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich, and Italy. He scored in the 2018 World Cup final, which Croatia lost to France 4-2. His versatility will appeal to Conte, who deployed him as a left wing back at Inter, but he can also play as a winger, a second striker or attacking midfielder. The signing is the start of what is expected to be a very busy summer for Tottenham in the transfer market, as it tries to build a squad that Conte feels is capable of challenging in the Premier League and Champions League. According to a report from Fabrizio Romano, The Guardian, and from Italian biggest sports newspaper La Gazzetta dello Sport, Inter Milan are in touch with Romelu Lukaku to see if a return of the Belgian striker to the club is feasible. Lukaku's lawyer will meet this week with Inter Milan's officials. Lukaku went back to Chelsea last summer after winning the Serie A title with the Nerazzurri, but his first season back with the Blues under Thomas Tuchel has been anything but successful. The striker would like to go back to Milan, but the deal is very complicated as Chelsea paid €1.145 million to have him back last August.
Imagine a world where you are the master of your destiny.
A place where lovers love, jokers joke,
and children are the rulers of their own castles.
A place that ditches the boring and adds color to your life.
A place to enjoy with your favorite people, all day, all the time.
Escape the routine.
And go all in to magic and mystery.
From diapers to drum, sharing reels to curling up on the couch.
Do it now. Do it together.
SABC 2 is going all in. Entertainment takes center stage in your home, on your grounds. Go all in with SABC 2. You belong.
Bruce Wayne. Billionaire businessman. Protector of Gotham. Or simply, the Batman.
Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker.
This June.
Who is she? What is she?
The Dark Knight. keep you entertained. The Batman Festival, Saturdays at 4 p.m. on SABC2.
Good night.
No trial and execution in history has had such a momentous outcome as that of Jesus. His execution, some believe, little short of murder. The culprits, Caiaphas, high priest of the great temple, Roman governor Pontius Pilate, and surprisingly, Jesus himself. He was seen as a threat to the Roman Empire, and the Romans feared an uprising.
If he would do that, we don't know what he will do next.
From the story of Jesus to the book of Revelation, some believe it's a guide to one of the greatest riddles of all, a date for the end of the world. Who wrote this final chapter, and why did he foresee this horrific end? New evidence will be examined.
This is viewed as another example of an uncannily precise prophecy being fulfilled.
Bible Mysteries, Sunday morning at 11 on 2.
It's the start of a new era for the England cricket team as they trained at Lord's under the leadership of new head coach Brendan McCullum and his captain Ben Stokes. Despite the fresh look to the main roles in England's setup, where there was a familiar feel to the team as Stuart Broad and James Anderson returned for the first time since their joint mission from the winter West Indies tour. The first test against New Zealand starts on Thursday at Lord's. England have won just one of their last 17 tests, a run which included a 4-0 drubbing in the Ashes and signalled the end for Chris Silverwood's as the head coach and Joe Root's captaincy. Meanwhile, the World Test champions New Zealand are eyeing up a second red ball triumph in England in as many years, but they themselves will not be at their strongest heading into this opening test match at Lord's. Left-arm fast bowler Trent Boult has only just returned from the IPL after featuring in the final for Rajasthan Royals, and with a lack of practice behind him, Boult will likely be rested for the first test, with the Black Caps potentially opting for a pace bowling attack of Tim Southee, Matt Hendry, Carl Jamieson and Neil Wagner. Black Caps seamer Southee, who played 48 test matches side by side with England's head coach, Brendan McCullum expects him to deliver an exciting and fearless performance.
Try and get the best out of people, and I'm sure he'll be doing that here as well. He obviously the way he played his cricket was exciting, fearless, and that's the way he is as a person, and I'm sure the way he is as a coach as well. So yeah, it'll be an exciting brand of cricket, I'm sure. They won't die wondering, I'd imagine, if the way that he goes about things is anything to go by.
Sergio Perez has followed up his Monaco Grand Prix success by signing a 2-year contract extension with Red Bull this week. The team have announced the Mexican driver, triumphant in Formula One's most glamorous race on Sunday, is now committed to them until the end of the 2024 season. The 32-year-old, who joined Red Bull from Racing Point at the end of 2020, is currently third in the Drivers' World Championship standings after finishing fourth last season. Perez highlighted his strong relationship with teammates and world champion Max Verstappen as being key to his decision to re-sign with the team. Perez, whose past teams include Sauber, McLaren and Force India, won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix and claimed 4 other podium finishes last season. He has built on that this year and has already accrued 110 points from 7 races, including from his Monaco triumph, while he also claimed pole position at the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. With Verstappen just 15 points ahead at the top of the standings, Red Bull believe they have a strong team dynamic. Three months after declaring he was fully committed to the PGA Tour, Justin Johnson is among 42 players in the fields for next week's LIV Golf Invitational, which offers a $25 million in prize money that is backed by the Saudi Arabia Sovereign Wealth Fund. Phil Mickelson was missing from the list that was released on Tuesday night. It was his damaging remarks in February that led to Johnson and other top players to say they would stay on the PGA Tour. The LIV Golf Invitational is scheduled for the 9th of June through to the 11th at the Centurion Club outside of London. The PGA Tour and European Tour denied releases for players, meaning they risk punishment, possibly a loss of tour membership by competing. Other players in the 48-man fields were not a surprise. Lee Westwood and Sergio Garcia had indicated they would be playing, along with Ian Poulter, Martin Kaymer, and the South African duo of Louis Oosthuizen and compatriot Charles Schwartzel. And lastly, we conclude with an uplifting and funny sporting note. The Corgi Nationals held at Santa Anita Park in California in the United States this week witnessed a thrilling final with Archie coming from behind to pip Emmett on the line in a photo finish. Let's take a look.
Oh my goodness, what an exciting race. Is it Archie on the inside or Emmett of the wire? Thank you so much. Thanks to Corgi Nationals. A fantastic afternoon. Happy Memorial Day, everyone.
I think everybody here is winners today, though. Everybody did great, and that's why they're here.
Well, catch sport at 10 every Wednesday evening. It's live on SABC Sport, channel DTT, OpenView, channel 124, and SABC 1, as well as Telkom 1.
Bruce Wayne, billionaire businessman, protector of Gotham, or simply the Batman.
Jack is dead, my friend. You can call me Joker.
This June.
Who is she? What is she?
The Dark Knight.